What's going on? I'm back, man, with another video. This is mock draft 3. Stream had ended up getting cut off a little bit earlier, so I apologize about that. My damn phone was off of the charger. Y'all go ahead, y'all give me a second, because I gotta make a quick adjustment. Y'all hold on just for a second. All right, yeah, I'm back now. All right, yeah. This is part two to the video. I said that I was gonna do the mock draft 3 video. I'm gonna wait for a few of y'all to go ahead and come on in here, so we can go ahead and get this thing started. Let's see how many picks I was in here. This is 1, 2, 3. The same amount of picks I ended up getting the last time. All right, y'all go ahead. Y'all hit that like button. Try to get on in here. I'm waiting on a couple of people to go ahead and come in here because I didn't let I don't know if y'all getting the notifications. So y'all getting y'all notifications for everybody who's in here. All right, you getting your notifications. Good. Matter of fact, Braylon, go in the chat and let everybody know I'm live. All right, cool. All right, cool. Because I know a lot of people say they weren't getting them damn notifications. I guess they YouTube is starting to fix the shit because last video was probably the most I had. Yeah, we covered that in the last video, but I'll go ahead and I'll cover it again. I really think that if it boils down to it, I know he's got some places that he wants to go, but San Francisco and Houston honestly need to be his only 2 options that he could even consider. Reason why I'm saying you got 2 quarterbacks in place. They got. I say San Fran, in terms of GM, have a better GM than Houston at the moment. And judging by what he did last season in the draft and the players he was able to accumulate, and the fact they're gonna have a shitload of picks this offseason, I see them making major moves. And the fact they got Jimmy Garoppolo locked up, that's a move that they needed to make. If they would have let him slip through the cracks, that would have been bad for them. Plus, he went to Stanford and would play Seattle 2 times. True, but I wouldn't even be concerned about that if I was him. I wouldn't even getting back at the Seahawks would be the least of my worries. He can get them back by winning another Super Bowl. And the chance that he has of winning a Super Bowl is not going to be with Oakland or San Francisco. San Francisco has a better chance of getting to the Super Bowl than Oakland, in my opinion. They have the better quarterback, they have the better GM, and they got the better coach right now. So when you have that, I don't see Oakland being a serious option. The only reason why he probably even considering Oakland at all, 2 reasons. It's on the West Coast, and Marshawn Lynch is there. That's really it. Other than that, he has nothing else to bank on. And Sherman visiting Detroit, I doubt it. That's probably just a report, saying people. If he goes to Detroit, I would be surprised. I guarantee you, all the people, Gruden is not great. Go look at his record. He always inherited teams. He always inherited teams after the teams were already built. He's never built a team on his own. He's always had everything handed to him, and he was able to do something after the fact. Um, Tony Dungy, Tony Dungy built this team. And y'all give me a second. I need to do something with my wife. Hold on, give me just a second. coming to the big play, and you good. All right, I'm back. I'm back. Yeah, I don't see. Yeah, I don't see him. You know, visiting. I mean, probably over the weekend. He's visiting. I don't see it. He might end up canceling that shit. Detroit. Detroit is. They got too much defensively that they had to take care of first. And I like Matthew Stafford, but they don't have enough. They're not even gonna win the division, let alone being considered a true contender. They've no. The only reason he goes there is if they just pay him above what his number is at right now. Everyone says Tremaine Johnson is going to the front. People don't know a damn thing. I mean, people are saying this, people are saying that. I'm not getting caught up in that until it's confirmed. Visits, you can be like, okay, you know, this and that. You know, people got their eyes on these players. That's good news for any team to have, but come on, man. Cause it said on there, it said Tennessee too. Do you really believe that he's gonna go to Tennessee for a visit? Come on, bro. He's only gonna consider like 3 or 4 teams seriously. Why would he go to Detroit? For what reason? It makes absolutely no sense to go to Detroit. It- for what? They're not gonna win the division. They got Green Bay Packer problems and Viking problems right now. It's not gonna happen. Yeah, I'm waiting on a few more people to go ahead and get on there. Green Bay is on his list I seen. Yeah, I mean, that's probably a list that somebody made up. I don't believe Richard Sherman made that list. Because if Richard Sherman made that list, it would have been much shorter than that. What's going on, King Foker? What's going on? I'm trying to get a few more people in here before I actually start talking about this second mock draft that I had in mind. And y'all can tell me what y'all want. Who fuck exactly? Like Green Bay? What do you Green Bay for what? The only reason why you're going there is to play with Aaron Rodgers. And what do you think? No, I don't. I don't like it, King Poker. I don't like it because you essentially have 3 players of that caliber. You already have 3 players of that caliber already. Yeah, and yeah, it's cold and dysfunctional. And I don't want to. I wouldn't want to play for Mike McCarthy. He sucks. The only thing carrying him is Aaron Rodgers. NFL Network puts us as one of the best places for exactly. When you go look at that shit, yeah, they never mention that, and that's absolutely ridiculous. And we had one of the worst secondaries in the league, and they mean to tell me we don't need him? It makes no sense. I hate just listening to anybody outside of Houston tell us what our needs are. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous. If you have no ties to the teams, you have no, regardless if you're a news media outlet or not, you have no business speaking on teams that you know nothing about because you just sound stupid. And at the end of the day, it turns that fan base off. So that's why Saw Sports is doing what we have to supplant the media that we have in state and the rest of the world. Because these dudes, they don't know what they're talking about. Aaron Rodgers gonna give a shot. The fuck Aaron Rodgers gonna give a shot? I don't know. I'm waiting on a few more people to come back. I wonder if Braylon told everybody in the roundtable that I was doing a video. I asked him to do it a little bit earlier. So I see them likes is getting up, you know. It seems like people is coming in. And now, how is this stream looking for y'all? Is it looking okay? Because I don't think it's sending out all of the damn, I don't think it's sending out a lot of, I don't think it's sending out a lot of notifications because the last video, y'all flew in here. You said you should watch the U of H versus Wichita State if you aren't already. I can check it out. They proving that without them, they aren't shit. Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely Free agent cornerback Sherman told Jacina Anderson that he received preliminary interest from Titans, Lions, Raiders. Yeah, like the Bucks, the Packers, but realistically, um, all the West Coast teams and the Texans are the only teams he needs to be concerned about. The Titans have nothing to offer him. I mean, other than you having Kevin Byard and Jarrell Casey and maybe a couple of other pieces, they don't have anybody. Come on, Adoree Jackson, he's trash. Why would Sherman not want to be here with exactly, bro? You don't make it doesn't make any sense. And he already seen what fucking and he already said out of his own mouth what Deshaun Watson is. So it's the hardest quarterback he's ever played against, and he's a rookie. He's only going to get better. I agree, folk. I think he chooses Houston. Yeah, no doubt. I think undoubtedly, if we get here, he's definitely if he's here, wherever Deshaun Watson is, he's gonna fly into Houston if he's gonna fly to Houston ASAP because I know he was in Atlanta the other day. I'm not sure if he's still there. I'm not sure if he's back in Houston right now. If Houston comes in, I see a situation where he meets up with Clowney, Hopkins, and Watson. I forgot that he's gonna choose Houston Watson. Yeah, I mean, hopefully it is, and it's not like he knows the cap problems. Of course I don't see him being like money hungry or anything. I'm finally on the terms. It's not even a trade. He's completely cut. He's a free agent. We can talk to him now. We can sign him before free agency. The deal isn't going to go through. Yeah, the deal isn't going to go through until the 14th because that's just like everybody else who has been traded or their deals don't become official on the books until next week on the 14th. That's what's so great about this. I'm gonna wait for like three more people to go ahead and get in here, and once they do, then I'm gonna go over this next mock draft that I did. This probably gonna be the last mock draft video I'll do, but we'll see. If I just do another draft and it's just very worthy, then I'm gonna go ahead and do probably one more video. But that's really about it. Butler and Sherman. Wow, I don't see Butler and Sherman. That I don't see. I mean, I know I threw it out in the last video, but I don't see that. And hell yeah, I would be surprised. And then I can start taking Brian Gaines seriously. I'm still gonna be critical if he does things that I need to be critical about. I'm not a fanboy of the team. I love the team, but I'm not a fanboy. I don't love any one specific player than really any other player. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's equal, and everybody has a chance to prove the fans wrong because they got fans to prove they got a lot to prove us wrong. And if y'all in the description y'all can see the draft if it's already because I already put it in the description box. I'm waiting to Kareem see a pay cut. I see a situation like this, and me, Braylon, and a couple other people have talked about this, and Duck Scout, we talked about this. If it's a situation where they end up bringing Sherman, if they bring one major free agent here, because you do have Deku, you still have Kevin Johnson, I see no scenario where a restructure or Kareem getting cut doesn't happen. If you cut Kareem Jackson, that's 6.75. That's 6,750,000 that they saved against the cap. The dead penalty was like 200. I mean 2 mil, 2.2 mil or something like that. Yeah, he does need to get cut. He either needs to get cut or he needs to be a full-time strong safety. If he's the strong safety, then I could see the reason why they wouldn't sign Marcus Gilchrist, which I mentioned in my last video, because it makes no sense to sign Corey Moore over Marcus Gilchrist because he outplayed him. At least I feel that way. Jeff Allen too, but see, and the same goes for Jeff Allen. If a major free agent comes here, he gets cut. If they just feel depth players were like Luke Jokel and Pugh or somebody like that, they keep him on here on the team as a rotational piece. So if they don't really start going for offensive guards and stuff like that, because you need to fill that depth first. That depth needs to be filled way before offensive tackles. So that's why I'm not really gunning to push for a Nate Solder. Fleming, okay, but Nate Solder, I don't really want that. Suafilo is already a free agent. DQ too. So if you have that, filling in all those guard spots on both sides of the ball gives you extra depth. So you have Davenport, you have Quisenberry, you have potentially Fleming. So now you're in a situation where your fucking offensive line is loaded. You got Nick Martin playing his natural position along with Greg Mance. That's the only other contract that they probably didn't have that they free agent they didn't resign. That now that we're talking about offensive line and stuff like that, that's kind of leaving me scratching my head because how do they view him? You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure how they view him. I don't know if they're gonna end up using him. Do you see something and be like, no? I see his deal being more like a 3 or 4 year deal. I see no scenario where we sign him for like 2 to 3 years. I see like a 3 to 4 year deal. We would never sign Sherman to a 2 year deal. That would be disgusting. 2 years at 18 million. That's not really a bad deal. The first year is gonna be fully guaranteed. So I mean, I'm not really opposed to that, but I would much rather him stretch his contract out. I would much rather him probably get like a 3 to 4 year contract, like 27 to maybe 30 mil at the very most, and that's stretched out over 4 years. Over 4 years, that's like 7 point. That's like 7.4. That's like 7.4 million. 7.25 million if he gets a 30 million contract over a 4 year deal. Are y'all serious? 2 Achilles injuries. I mean, he ain't getting a 4 year deal. Why did you not draft a tight end? One wasn't good enough to. One wasn't good. I didn't see one that was good enough to be drafted in the spot because I was gonna go after Jaseki, but a lot of dudes were taken, and I seen a lot of other value in other spots. But I haven't gotten to the draft yet. You know, I was just letting people know because I think I'm waiting on one more person to go ahead and get in the draft. But fuck it, I'm gonna go ahead. Y'all been here long enough. You know, the video been going on damn near 20 minutes, and I still haven't even got to the draft. So we're gonna go ahead and get into that. And somebody just gave me another like, so 10 people must be in here truly, but YouTube is fucking with me and not showing all the people that's in here. And his game exactly, exactly, real family. He uses his brain and he outthinks his opponents, and he fools a lot of his opponents. Yeah, in this thing. Yeah, what's up, Jay Dizzle? Y'all let me know how the stream is falling off because this shit is doing the same shit it was doing in that last video. I think as the more people that come on in here, like the longer I stay on the video, it's gonna be a lot more people that come on in here for this video. But we about to dive right into this mock draft 3. All right, so in this draft we had 7 original picks. I was able to pick up 8 more picks, and with trades. So um, I traded out the first pick. For the 4th pick, I ended up trading that to Detroit, and I ended up picking in the 3rd round at pick number 18, and I was able to get Lorenzo Carter from Georgia, and it gave me an A grade. Exactly. But y'all let me go ahead and run through this draft real quick, and then we'll go ahead and we'll talk about the draft, and then we'll dive back into everything else as my phone's on this charger. Um, the 2nd pick I got in the 3rd round at pick 19 is Frank Ragnow, the center and guard from Arkansas, and it gave me a A+ grade, and I got that pick from Baltimore. The 25th pick in the 3rd round. Hey, Braylon, did you let everybody? Yeah, hasn't scheduled. Yeah, you see, that's why I don't take their reports. I don't take that. I didn't take that report super seriously. Hey, Braylon, let everybody know in the what's it called. I'm doing a live stream. I want them to tune in. The the 25th pick in the 3rd round, I picked up Quin Blanding, free safety from Virginia. I got an A- grade from Tennessee. All right, appreciate it. The 34th pick in the 3rd round, I picked up Quenton Meeks, cornerback from Stanford, and they gave me an A+ grade. Now I ain't get Chubb this one. I ain't get him this one. And I the next pick starts in the 4th round. At the 8th pick, I ended up getting a trade from Tampa Bay, and I picked up another pick in the 4th round. So with the 8th pick, I was able to pick up DeShon Elliot from Texas, and I got an A+ grade. I picked 5 picks later at 13, and I was able to pick up Armani Watts, free safety from Texas, and I got another A+ grade. The next pick was the 5th round. At the 7th pick, I got Kylie Fitts from Utah, a defensive end slash outside linebacker, and they gave me a B- grade. Yeah. Uh, the next pick at 15, in the 5th round, I ended up getting Bo Scarbrough from Alabama. It gave me an A- grade, and I ended up getting a pick from Arizona. Uh, Let me see. At pick 36 in the 6th round, I ended up getting a Kurt Benkert from Virginia, and it gave me an A+ grade, and I got that pick from Oakland. At pick 37 in the 6th round, I ended up picking up Colby Gossett, offensive guard from Appalachian State. I got an A+ grade for him. That was our compensatory pick. The next pick at 38 in the 6th round, I picked up Desmond Harrison, offensive tackle at West Georgia, and I got an A+ grade for him. And that was a pick I got from Oakland. Uh, the next pick I got at the 43rd pick in the 6th round, I ended up picking up Keke Coutee, uh, wide receiver from Texas Tech, and they gave me an A+ grade, and I got from Oakland as well. Another because I ended up picking up like 3 picks from Oakland. The next pick in the 7th round at pick number 8, I got Joe Ostman, the defensive end slash outside linebacker from Central Michigan, and I got an A+ grade for him, and I got that pick through Seattle. Pick 16, it's all good. You in here now. A few people didn't get the notifications, but y'all hit that like button. The next pick I ended up getting at number 16 in the 7th round. I got Tanner Carew, a center from Oregon, and I got an A grade on him from Carolina. And the last pick at 24 in the 7th round, I ended up picking up J.P. Hall, the defensive tackle from Sam Houston State, and I got an A+ grade on him, and I got that pick from Carolina as well. So just another rundown. The first pick I got Lorenzo Carter. Second pick I got Frank Ragnow. The third pick I got Quin Blanding. Fourth pick I got Quenton Meeks. Fifth pick I got DeShon Elliot. Sixth pick I got Armani Watts. Seventh pick I got Kylie Fitts. Eighth pick I got Bo Scarbrough. Ninth pick I got Kurt Benkert. 10th pick I got Colby Gossett. 11th pick I got Desmond Harrison. 12th pick I got Keke Coutee. 13th pick I got Joe Ostman. 14th pick was Tanner Carew, and J.P. Hall was the last pick at 15. So as a Texas GM in this mock draft, I'm out here making moves. I mean, the best draft I had, I want to say I ended up getting like 20 picks or something like that if I go back to that mock draft, but I can't go offline because I got it on my phone right now, so I wouldn't be able to go back. But yeah, I was able to get like I want to say 23 picks in that draft. That shit was crazy. I was making deals like all over the place. Texans gonna sign Wing $3 million for the draft for the Texans. Shit, they should. I'm pretty sure the Texans hitting up Wink and asking who should they draft. I mean, hey, I'm finding a lot of these dudes. I mean, it's just a mock draft simulator. You don't know, where they got these dudes' value. But in terms of the value that I've been getting on the dudes that I've been picking in these mock drafts, a lot of these dudes I see on a frequent basis. I always see Quinn Meeks. I always see DeShon Elliott, Armani Watts, Frank Ragnow, Lorenzo Carter. You know what I'm saying? You are doing exactly what we should do. Trade down and accrue more picks for depth. Yeah, true enough, we should. Yeah, I mean, and that potentially could happen. It just depends on the spots and who wants to entertain the deal. If they do that, why not? I think we're gonna need another third, and I definitely think we're gonna need another fourth, at least 2 more fourths. Considering what we do have, you know what I'm saying? So we can get a lot of picks in the third and fourth rounds. That way we don't miss out on, uh, you know, some of the best talent considering we don't have a first and the second round. Because I see no situation and we have nothing to offer unless we trade J.J. Watt, for a late second or something like that, and we put in some extra people. Don't forget we got an extra. Yeah, but I don't want to trade that. I don't want to trade that. I seriously don't want to trade that because we can use that for something next year. Some free agent or somebody could be coming out, and if we really need to use that, I would hate for us to have like a because I forgot who we got that draft pick through. Because we got that, matter of fact, we got that pick from Seattle. If Seattle bounces back, that pick is gonna end up being a low end second round pick anyway. It still has a lot of value, but I would much rather want to have a higher draft pick. If anything, you could probably use that pick to draft higher in that round. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. We'll see. We can probably throw out a couple of scenarios to show that Texans tag. Oh, bow. Yeah, that's there. We're in a perfect situation. We're in a perfect situation. We have core players on defense, and now we got to build around Legend Watson. True enough. True enough, and that's exactly why the guards, the interior portion of the O line has to be addressed first. I think that's priority, but I understand if you're getting best player available and you just finding dudes on deals. I mean, whatever happens, happens. Because I honestly think we're gonna get outbid on Norwell, but who knows? Who knows? Who knows? He may just like what Bob McNair stands for, and he wants to come here. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Who knows? We'll see next week. We'll see next week. Do you think Lamar should move to wide receiver? Or are we talking about Lamar Jackson? And if that's who you're talking about, fuck no. Absolutely not. He's not a wide receiver. He don't have wide receiver hands. He doesn't know how to run NFL routes. So what? He runs a 4-3 or 4-4, even though he didn't do it. No. And if he's talking about, yeah, they tripping on that. Yeah. I don't like the question either. I'm not entertaining that at all. This man has been training to be a. He said, yeah, I know he can't catch. Ferocious, what's good, bro? Yeah, I do too, bro. Yeah. I only been in for like 30 minutes, and I'm gonna do it probably for like another 30 minutes. I'm probably gonna do an hour stream. It could be longer, just depending on how many people come in, and and I don't end up having no interruptions or nothing like that. But we'll see. Y'all will determine how long we stream today. If the conversation is just good, then we'll stay in here as long as we have to. And no, I absolutely. But to answer that question, absolutely not. I mean, Bill Polian and all of these dudes and Mel Kiper and all of them, they can all eat a dick, bro, because they don't. Man, I love all they moves, man. Flash Gordon, Coleman, Njoku, Duke Johnson, and potentially Saquon Barkley with Tyrod Taylor throwing them all the ball. Man, that team, I don't care what the Browns did in the past. This is not the same Browns team. Just like this past Jags team was not any team that they've had over the last 10 plus years. It's not the same team. Yeah, and he think because he drafted Andrew Luck, who was the clear consensus #1 pick in that draft, like these were clear consensus #1 picks. Like he doesn't get any credit for drafting Peyton Manning because anybody else who had the #1 pick would have done the same thing. Same with Andrew Luck. He gets no points for that whatsoever. How hard was that to do? Like honestly, like it's not like he came from 23 all the way up, got major value, and then got Peyton Manning. That wasn't his situation. You were the sorriest team in the league, and then you ended up having the #1 pick and got the best quarterback of the generation. Whatever. We'll take care of that. Take care of that a little later. Yeah, I honestly don't. The Browns are gonna be nice. I'm just gonna say it. The Browns are gonna be nice. I've been thinking that for the last couple years anyway. And considering the fact that they got rid of Sashi Brown And one of the best things that Sashi Brown was able to do was accumulate picks. That's one thing I will give Sashi Brown. But the fact they got rid of Sashi Brown and they got this new GM, whoever he is, that man knows what he's doing. He's being aggressive. He's making sure that this fan base, they stay fans and they stay loyal and they fill up seats and they're going to get some wins this season. Them winning football games is going to be paramount this season. And honestly, I'm going to keep a close eye on the Cleveland Browns. And considering if they do these two moves, this move right here will easily get them 10 wins this season. Mark my words with Tyrod Taylor, because we were having an argument in the roundtable the other day, and Tenny didn't think that Tyrod Taylor does anything for their football team, and I was just like, bro, he had 16 interceptions over a 3-year period. That's the second best other than Tom Brady. The fact he doesn't make mistakes, the fact he takes care of the ball, the fact he didn't have any weapons on his team, he thought that Tyrod Taylor not being with the, and they already have, like, it's absolutely ridiculous to me the amount of talent. They had some talent on that team. So now you mean to tell me if, and I'm gonna tell you right now, they really win games if come Monday, because Joe Thomas said by Monday he was gonna let everybody know if he was gonna retire or he was gonna stay playing. It would be in his best interest now to start playing now that they got a legit quarterback. If they get Barkley at number 1, and if they get Minkah Fitzpatrick at number 4, and they ended up getting pass rush and middle linebackers the rest of the way, that team is legit. Just think about their offense right here if this situation happens. Tyrod Taylor, Joe Thomas, along, and the rest of their O-line ain't no slouches either. They got Batonio. They got a few other pieces on there where they know how to draft offensive linemen. That's first and foremost. So this is the situation they in. You got Tyrod. Joe Thomas is covering him. You got Gordon, Landry, Coleman, Njoku, potentially Barkley, and Duke Johnson. That's fucking ridiculous. Like, that is fucking ridiculous. That offense is gonna be legit, bro. I'm just saying that's a legit that's a legit fucking offensive like tandem. Period. Okay, and think of this scenario. Say they cut Corey Coleman and they end up getting Sammy Watkins, or they end up getting Allen Robinson. Like, they got depth. They got starters everywhere. They not out of the running for Allen Robinson. They not out of the running for Sammy Watkins. Like, be real, bro. And they could still, man. And they thank you for and ferocious. And see, them trading picks now would make the hell of a sense. But I wouldn't trade the 1 in the 4th spot unless they gonna trade back like 2 to 3 spots. That's the only way I could see them trading out of that 4th spot. But it would be in their best interest to get Saquon Barkley before the Giants do. Because if they don't get Barkley at number 1, the Giants will. And the Giants, one of their biggest needs, other than maybe offensive line, and the only thing I could see them doing at the number 2 spot is getting Quenton Nelson. That's it. If they don't get Quenton Nelson, then they have to get Barkley at number 2. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if the Giants trade back in the scenario. That's why y'all got to tune in draft night, because as Honcho said last night, if y'all were in the stream, we going to do something real special come draft night. So y'all make sure y'all tune in. I'm not going to give it away. I'm going to let the host with the most go ahead and do his thing. We'll break the news together probably in a round table, and we'll let y'all know what the plans are. And just make sure that y'all tuned in April 30th. Make sure that y'all make that a priority, and we gonna do something real major that night. And we want to bring in fans from all over. So, and it's gonna take everybody. It's gonna take at least 200 to 300 people that are subscribed to Honcho to be in on that channel. Hell, if he could get 1,000 people that he has on top of the people that aren't even subscribed to the rest of the channels, that builds our network up even faster. So that night, we're gonna definitely need y'all to be on y'all P's and Q's, and we need y'all to keep sharing videos because it's helping us out, and we getting people that we haven't. I'm getting subscribers from people I've never seen. I don't even know how they got to my videos or nothing like that. People I know I've never seen in any stream, and they subscribing out of nowhere and leaving comments, and I appreciate everybody else. Between my other channel and this channel, I'm over 200 subscribers, and under a matter of what, 2 months. I only been doing my own videos since what, like January. I did a video last year, my rage video with Seattle, along with a couple of videos from with a couple of moves when the Dwayne Brown trades and all of that happened on my other channel. But I haven't even been doing videos really that much. I think I only got this makes like my 21st or 22nd video that I had, at least on this channel. And it's crazy. They could trade the fourth for a good Pro Bowler. They could. The Browns are in a position right now. If they wanted to get just veteran players, they could trade away their #1 pick and get like 3 proven veteran players and a safe pick. Like the Browns hands down are in the best situation in the draft. I'll say those first 5 picks of the draft. Everybody who's in the top 5 picks right now are primarily in the best position. And honestly, if the Colts have a chance to get Minka Fitzpatrick or Barkley, they better take them, or they better move back and accumulate the hell out of picks. I think that's the best situation for the Colts to be a good team again. And I want everybody in the division to be, in the next 2 to 3 years, I want the AFC South to be the toughest division in the league. What happened with what? You talking about my the first video? Man, my phone ended up dying, bro. My phone ended up dying, and it resumed as soon as I got back on YouTube. Like 4 people came through, but we went ahead and figured out, it wasn't enough of y'all that came through, so I cut the video down, and I went ahead and I called it a wrap, and that's why I'm doing another video right now. Yeah, I'm probably finna get ready to go in my room. My kids in the background making too much noise. Their grandma just got here, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna move on, to my bedroom, so we can finish talking about some of these scenarios. Yeah, the Colts could get, should get, yeah, that would be the best thing for them to do. Because, you don't have anybody. They need to fix their guard and tackle positions, especially considering that they didn't re-sign Jack Mewhort, which I feel is a mistake. I don't see any reason for them not to re-sign him. Like, his play or something may have dipped down, but think about the situation that the Colts are in. The Colts, like, they in a horrible position. If they were smart, they need to get Norwell. They need to get Nate Solder. Honestly, they deserve Nate Solder over us. And you know what? I hope that's what happens. I hope they get Norwell and Nate Solder. Because I don't want any excuses when we smash them. I want them to get Barkley. I want them to do something major so that we can have huge competition, and we can have these games that's just like we don't know who's gonna win. That's what I want. I want competitive games, and and the reason why I want this, because I want them to bring the best out of Deshaun Watson. That's what I want. Deshaun Watson didn't get to play the Colts this season, and he didn't get to play a full game against Jacksonville, but that shit changes this coming season. I want everybody to be on their P's and Q's, and I want them to make all the best draft moves that they possibly can. Because I'm going to end up doing a few mock draft simulators for everybody in the team, for all teams. Because I'm going to end up doing, so I can end up getting more views from different fans, so I can lure more fans in. So probably over the next week or so, I'm going to do, it's going to be a long-ass video. And I'm going to do one, or I just may do individually, team for team. but I think that'll be entirely too long of a process for me to do over the next couple of weeks. So I might just do a full mock draft video for every single team. Y'all got any questions? Should the Texans trade for Brett Hundley? You know what? Brett Hundley might not be such a bad option. He might not be that bad of an option. I wouldn't be opposed to signing AJ McCarron, who was our number one rival. It's still the Colts. The Colts, because we got a deeper rivalry against the Colts than any other team in the league. So it's still the Colts, regardless of the situation. But the Jags have the Jags is on a different level right now. You know what I'm saying? They on a totally different frequency considering who they have as a GM and who they and what type of players they have. And what about Chad Henley? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I don't like Chad Henne like that. So I won't agree on that one. But um, it's some good things that could end up happening. But I'm not particularly on that I'm not on that specific wavelength right now. Okay. All right. Not Jacksonville. Yeah, I'm not. Jacksonville. I think no. Jacksonville right now right now as of now is Jacksonville, but once they get back on their feet, it's gonna resume, and then we're gonna be right back to our scheduled program. No, the Titans are not. No, the Titans, bro. The Titans don't even consistently beat us enough to even be considered a true rival. The only reason why you can even kinda say they're rivals only because they're in the division. They don't beat us enough. They don't bring a serious level of competition. Like I can think of years like Jacksonville has given us a run for our money in several games. I just don't see any see I don't see no reason why it's not. We pick on we pick on the Titans. We like the Titans used to whoop our ass like years ago when they had Vince Young and a lot of other shit when their team was different. Like over the last since JJ Watt's been here and even like right before then, we've been whooping their ass like on a regular. Like they go years before they even like beat us or split in a season. Like when's the last time that the Titans swept us? They haven't swept us in I don't know how long. We've been sweeping them for years. They don't win divisions. They don't do that. I mean, even at their height, they don't even. I think we have more division, damn near, or damn near the same amount of division crowns that they have, because the Colts were winning for the longest time. Jack's gonna have a tougher schedule. True enough. Yeah, and that's why this fourth place schedule and Bill O'Brien is really gonna have to show us a whole lot because if he gets anything less than a double digit win total in this year, it's just gonna be bad, man. He has to be fired. He has all of the weapons. He has this. He has that. He has offensive and defensive talent, and he has every fucking thing that a coach could possibly ask for, and he can't get it done with this team. And I'm just not gonna be feeling that. Yeah, so yeah, the Titans are just the Titans ain't no threat. The Titans can win some good ass games against some good ass teams. They a tough football team. They resilient, but they don't wow you. They don't wow you. You know what I'm saying? They don't say, "Oh, we really got to be worrying about them." I mean, they honestly got gifted their playoff game, especially with that touchdown that they say that Mariota caught that he threw and caught himself. Like he was way past the line when you go back and go look at the replay. And the fact that the refs didn't call that shit as a penalty is absurd to me. Like, everybody else saw that shit but the refs. I want at least 3-1 against the NFC East. Yeah, as long as we beat Dallas, I want to beat the Giants because we have a hard time, and I definitely want to beat the Eagles. I don't see us losing to the Redskins. We always smash the Redskins whenever we see them. Like we haven't lost to the Redskins in probably a decade, probably over that. Yeah, I just don't see any. Yeah, Dallas talk too much shit, but Dallas is definitely in a situation where they honestly in a rebuilding mode. They in a rebuild mode because they need receivers out the ass. They need a new tight end. They need corners. They need D line. They need D tackles. They need everything on the defense. And they fucking and this year, and matter of fact, they need to fill holes on the offensive line now. Dak Prescott, I don't have anything against him. He's just not as good as advertised. I just don't see him being. He's not elite, but he's a good middle of the road quarterback. He can get you a division crown, which he's already done. You know, he can go to some Pro Bowls. I don't see him as being an all pro unless you know they change some things or they get a certain type of mentality on their team to be successful like that. I just don't see it. But you know, things can change. They definitely need free safeties and like they need a strong safety. Like they need corners. They need corners ASAP. And one thing I know about them, they do not when they draft corners, they don't hit on corners. And no, I would not ferocious. I wouldn't. I wouldn't do that. We should. We should. One of your NCOs as a Cowboy fan. I mean, and he talks shit about. Man, he has no reason to talk about that when he got Dak Prescott problems. I mean, let's just be real. Quincy Carter was all right. I'm asking because Detroit is shopping him around. I don't want Eric Ebron, bro. If anything, the Cowboys should go pick him up. Um, a lot of other teams should probably go pick him up. I thought you were saying. Um, Never mind. I thought my wife was saying something to me. This shit don't make no sense to me. I mean, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. No, it's just like the little thing. It was just a little smoke. It ain't nothing serious. The damn thing always be going off. Yeah, but Ebron, he's not on my radar at all. I've never really liked him. Like when I seen him when he got drafted, I was like, Ebron in the first round. He's just not that good. I didn't see. He's done nothing really since he's been in the league. I don't know what he truly offers like that. That makes him a viable option. Maybe it was Detroit, but I can't even say that because Matt Stafford throws the ball around. He spreads the ball, and he's honestly gotten better since Megatron retired. So Browns might pick Ebron up with all the trades they doing. I mean, it could happen. That'd be solid. That'd be a solid option to have behind Njoku. So then you would have Njoku, Ebron, potentially Barkley. You already have Duke Johnson. They still have Crowell. Unless they got rid of him, I mean, I have to go back and go look. Somebody go find out if Crowell and Duke Johnson are still on the Brown squad. Somebody in the chat, go look that up, please. Because if they don't, then they can end up having a three-headed monster if they go get Saquon Barkley. Gaines trade up to #1 overall. You mad? Hell yeah, I'm mad. Hell yeah. If he trades up, he needs to trade immediately out of that pick to accumulate value. I'm not, it's no way I'm moving up #1 with what we have in this draft and you're not going to move back and accumulate picks. I'm immediately getting on the phone and seeing who You have to give up J.J. Watt. You probably have to throw in Lamar Miller, and you probably got to throw in Crowell as a free agent. Okay, all right, all right. But Duke Johnson is still on the team, and if he is, man, that's a nice two-headed monster, because Duke Johnson can catch. So if it's a situation where Saquon Barkley hands aren't as solid as you would want, what's going on, Kellen boys? I thought they were moving on for Duke Johnson. For what? No, he was the better of the running backs. He's fast. He can catch. He has good vision. Man, he can do everything you need him to do. It's just that he's on the Browns. How I feel about Isaiah Oliver, I don't know about him. I can check him out. It's still a few dudes I gotta check out. I gotta check out Sony Michelle. I gotta check out a couple other guys that's been suggested to me. Sony Michael or whatever his name is. Y'all gonna probably end up having to make a list. And since now that I can go back and actually see y'all comments when you go live now, which that shit helps me a whole lot. Hey, I like him, Alexander, but at the end of the day, he's gonna be a first round pick. At the very latest, a second round, and we're not gonna be able to get him. I want you to check out Karan White. Okay, y'all make sure. Matter of fact, he looks just like DeAndre Hopkins to me. Oh yeah. In terms of his play, is that what you're saying? And matter of fact, in the comment section, I want all of y'all, all these guys y'all talking about, because I'm probably not gonna remember everybody. Make sure that you guys put all of these guys that y'all talking about, so I can go ahead and do my due diligence on them. But the next time y'all ask me a question on any stream that I do, whether it's Honcho stream or my own, I can go ahead and give y'all some answers on a lot of the guys. DJ Chark, I heard about him. Josh Jackson, I heard about him too. When Deshaun's how much you think we gonna get him? He gonna be well over $100 million. He might end up getting like 90 million guaranteed by that point. I think quarterbacks at that period of time, they're gonna be getting a lot of paper by over the next 4 years. That's a lot of. We gonna end up giving him a lot of money. I can tell you that right now. He's probably gonna get like 80, 90 something million in guaranteed. If he did a contract similar to what Cam Newton did, where he got like 80 million, but he ended up getting like, I want to say Cam Newton ended up getting like 58 to 60 guaranteed, then that would be a dream situation. As a Pats fan, I'm scared to face the Texans now with that defense. Man, I'm just glad Romeo Cornell's back. Romeo Cornell being back, and Patriots fans respect Houston. Like, Patriots fans honestly been showing Houston respect, for some years. It's the outrageous, Patriots fans that really, get out of order. But you don't really run through, you don't really run across too many of them. At least I don't. But Patriots fan overall, I mean, maybe a couple of my partners, that's from my neighborhood, that's Houston Patriots fans, which is fucking stupid to me, because how can you be from Houston and be a Patriots fan? I had to bust one of my partners like a month or so ago. I was like, where the fuck you was at when Bledsoe was the quarterback? He was like, I was fucking with the Patriots when Bledsoe was out. I ain't never seen you with no jersey in 99, 2000. I ain't seen you say nothing about the Patriots. You know what I'm saying? But the Patriots still got Tom Brady. So I mean, until Tom Brady goes down, or because y'all were pretty much on the verge, it was because of schematics. Y'all won that game, and the fact that the old buddy dropped that pick when he did, when he had it in his hands, that was egregious. So it just mean dudes didn't want the game. And I honestly think if you give Deshaun Watson at least another 40 seconds to take time off of the clock, at least when you go for it on that fourth down, because all he was going to do was get the clock out. If y'all would have spent any time about, if y'all would have spent any more time and we would have had to go another down and distance to go and get any first downs in that situation, we easily win that game. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's old news, but I mean, it's it is what it is, man. History's then wrote itself, but It ain't no reason that this man then went. How many AFC East championships has he won? Like he's been to 8 Super Bowls. He's been to the conference finals. I mean, yeah, like conference finals. I mean, not conference finals. You know, what the fuck am I talking about? I lost my train of thought. I lost my train of thought and shit like that. It's just, the AFC championship and shit like that. He's been to that shit countless times. Um, so what do you want us to do to remind you what we want to check out from Jack? When the video's over, just go in the comment section and just write it down. And just write everything in the comment section. Make sure y'all do that. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to be able to check out some of y'all guys. Because I end up, me having the kids and be having to move around and shit like that. I don't always, and just jump into doing some other shit. Can't do everything else. But I want to be able to give y'all input on specific players since y'all want it. If you could bring back any player from the team in any era, who would it be? What are you talking about for the Texans? Shit, if anything, you know what I would do? I would bring J.J. Watt back. J.J. Watt, not Justin James. I'm talking about J.J. Watt from 2014. I like him back. He don't exist on this roster no more, so I would love him back. Um, let's see. You can bring back any from any team in any area. Uh, man, I love to see Lawrence Taylor play again. I love to see Primetime play again. I love to see Andre play again. Sherman best choice if yeah, exactly King 88. Texans get Malcolm Butler and Jimmy and Dion. I do not want Dion. I do not want Dion Lewis. He's essentially Tyler Irvin. He's just a little bigger. We got too many of the same players on this team already. We need some thumpers on this team because our scheme doesn't allow us, to really get the guys that we have in space. Yeah, yeah. Deion Sanders, bro, was just. If I was gonna bring back a free safety, it's definitely gonna be Sean Taylor. God bless his soul. And if I couldn't have him, definitely Brian Dawkins. Brian Dawkins is one of my favorite safeties of all time. He's definitely top three. I'd say top two. Because I was a huge Brian Dawkins fan. Huge. Like the Philly is my second favorite team. I've always loved Philly. When I used to play little league football team, and when I used to play for the Bel Air Bears on the Southwest side, we used to always play against the Eagles, and I always loved their uniforms. And I was always a Randall Cunningham fan, and he's the reason why I love the Eagles the way that I do. And when they got T.O. and when they had McNabb and Westbrook and Sheldon Brown and Lito Shepard and all of the and I was a Falcons fan for a minute too. Vic made me a Falcons fan because I used to love Algie Crumpler. I used to love Warwick Dunn and T.J. Duckett. You know what I'm saying? I used to love them. And I used to really fuck with Miami when they had Patrick Surtain, Zach Miller, and I was a huge ass damn, what's it, Ricky Williams fan. I was a huge Ricky Williams fan. Ricky Williams, and they had Sam Madison on that team. Is Madden 18 good? I love it. It's better. Yeah, I like it. I like it. It's nice. It's competitive as shit. Even if you play against the computer, man, the computer will beat your ass if you put it on competitive. Man. And we talking about blitzes and getting to you fast. Like, I be getting sacked so many times in games, it's ridiculous by the computer. They be getting like 8, 10 sacks on me and shit. Like, I be throwing picks. Like, they hide their coverage on here like way better than they have in years past. But yeah, I like the game personally. Oh my God, I can imagine Hoover Watson. Oh man, a prime Randy Moss with Deshaun Watson right now with Andre Johnson and Nuke. A prime Andre Johnson in like 08, 09. I'll even take the 2012 Andre because that was hands down his best season in terms of yardage anyway. You give me that. You give me that. You give me that roster with and let me get Tony G as my I love T.O. Love T.O. Loved T.O. He was one of my favorite receivers. Love T.O. I the fact he didn't get into the Hall of Fame years ago baffles me. Oh my God, could you imagine him? Why? Yeah, Vince Young makes me cry to this day. Hook 'em. Man, I was a huge Vince Young fan. I was Ed Yates playing against him. We used to. I didn't play because I was in RTC and shit at the time. But that was when, in 2000, 2001, when the Astrodome was still open, and when you used to have Battle of the Bands and shit like that. And we used to play Madison every year at the Astrodome. Like week 3, we used to play them at that man. And that game used to be so fucking live, bro. We talking about, yeah, a lot of y'all probably ain't get to see no games in the Astrodome, like no high school games. And let me tell you, bro, that shit was A1. Grab your popcorn, man, 19. I wonder how they gonna put some cream. Man, I don't know. That shit is gonna be kind of, when you think about it, that shit gonna be kind of crazy. I fucking love T.O. though. And ferocious. I like Mike Vick pre and post dog fight. I love that season he had with Philly. That 2010 season. I love that season. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go watch his highlights from that season. But Atlanta Mike Vick was when he had braids and shit. Shit, yeah. Mike Vick was that dude. He was my favorite. He was my favorite quarterback of all time until recently somebody else supplanted him. Matter of fact, he was like my favorite player until Andre Johnson took his place. He was my favorite player up until Andre Johnson took his place. Andre Johnson is my favorite player of all time. And it's not even because I'm a Houston Texans fan. I mean, that it maybe 10% have to do with that, but considering what I saw this man do year in, year out with nobodies at quarterback, the fact he carried the entire team the way that he did, and his route running was crisp. He ran a 4.4 coming out of college. He was a track star. He was big, and I've never seen a receiver ever built like Andre Johnson ever. Man, I loved Arian Foster, bro. Arian Foster is one of my favorite running backs of all time too. Like his game was just his game was so different. His game was just different. I, he was just that dude. Brett Favre, your quarterback. I used to love when I used to play Game Day '98 and Game Day '97 and shit like that. I used to always play for the Packers and just throw Hail Marys with All I would do was throw Hail Marys with fucking yeah, he was riddled with injuries, but take injuries away. And when he was in games, he was he, Aaron Foster was just that dude. Like, man, matter of fact, go look at his last matter of fact, that 2014 season, it's a dude on here named on YouTube, Clay Dela Garza. He did a highlight video with Arian Foster, bro, in the 2014 season, his last productive year here with the Texans, and that's by far the best fucking Arian Foster highlight video, man, ever, bro. I felt bad for him too. Marion Barber, I used to like Marion Barber. I was a huge man. You know who I used to like? I used to like Rondé Barber. I used to like Rondé Barber from the Bucks. Rondé Barber from the Bucks used to be that dude. Marion Barber, yeah. A lot of dudes was called. Let me see. Let's see. I used to play game day all the time. Hell yeah. You see, we going back, man. Like I used to love playing. Like I go back all the way back to Tecmo Bowl. That damn that game that fucking man, on Sega, that game that fucking Joe Montana had. Man, I used to play that game all the time. I forgot what it was called though. Man, when NFL 2K, 2K2 and shit like that, and 2K3 was on Dreamcast, bro. Like, come on, man. Tecmo Bowl. I was just playing Tecmo Bowl last year on my homeboy's PSP and shit. He had Tecmo, Super Tecmo Bowl 2 on there. Man, I was playing with the Oilers like a motherfucker. I was unstoppable with them motherfuckers. The Oilers and the Raiders. That's all you needed. And of course you play with Detroit just so you can run with Barry Sanders all damn day. NBA Jam, yeah. I didn't play 2K5. I think I had 2K5. I want to say we did, but Madden and shit was like really coming out, and me and my brother was talking about that shit the other day. Like the old Maddens, like Madden 5, Madden '06, Madden '08, Madden 7. Like, bro, '07, like, oh man, it's just nostalgia, bro. Just to go back in them games. If I could re-download them games, I would definitely do it. Why it don't show how many subs Clay did? Because he probably got them. He probably got them private. Man, I seen Bo Jackson play live. Bo Jackson is by far the most electric running back of all time. Other than AP, I've never seen a. Other than AP, I've never seen no one built like that. It's strong, and Bo Jackson didn't even lift weights. He lifted no weights at all. He had that old man strength. Like he was just born with strength and athleticism. Like yeah, he's never lifted no weights ever. Go look at his you don't know Bo. Go look at that when he was on ESPN when he did his little documentary and shit like that. Never lifted weights ever. He was just God gifted. He was just a God gifted athlete. Who gave that man his athletic ability? Shit, his pops. Shit, and God. Shit, his pops. And clearly, bro, he had some good ass genetics, bro. He had fast twitch stuff. He had all of the quick twitch muscles. He had everything, and his speed. If he broke away on a run, it was absolutely ridiculous. Shit, his athleticism was what hurt him, in a sense. I'm switching over my tablet. Yeah, Ruben Esparza. Yeah, okay. All right, cool. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. Cocaine, a hell of a drug. Yeah, it is. What you mean? Bo could run through you or juke you. Yeah, he could do everything. That's it. Honestly, what Adrian Peterson is to this generation is exactly what Bo Jackson was then. Because Adrian Peterson was faster though. How did he hurt? How did his ability hurt him? What happened was he was playing. I want to say it was against Tampa Bay, and he was running so fast that a guy tripped him, and because of all the momentum and power that he had, when the dude grabbed his leg, his hip, his hip popped out of place and it broke, and some blood vessels and shit like that busted on the inside of him, and they said something about it was something about his kinetic chain. They showed the science of it, and it showed the way he was moving. He was moving. I want to say like he had like I forgot how many thousand pounds of force he was running with at the rate of speed that he had, and through his hip completely. You gotta see it. If you watch the documentary, you don't know Bo. You'll see. You'll see. He hands down was the most gifted athlete that's ever played in sports. Eric Dickerson was nice, but I didn't get to watch him play. I was too young. I was too young to really watch him play, and I didn't watch the Rams. I didn't watch the Rams. I wasn't a Rams fan. I wasn't a Rams fan until they had Torrey Holt, Isaac Bruce, Marshall Falk, and what's his called was the quarterback. What's his I was a huge Barry Sanders fan. Huge Barry Sanders is way better than Dickerson would ever be. Marcus Allen was Marcus Allen was real nice. Emmitt Smith was straight, but he was overrated. He's by far the most great. He's the most overrated running back of all time. Absolutely, he's the most overrated running back of all time, hands down. Hands down, when you go back and you go look at football, when you go through, not that he wasn't a great quarterback, but he's not top five. He's not top five. Period. Emmett was only elusive because he was 5'9". Emmett was a small dude, so he was hard to tackle. Plus, yeah, his line, bro, they opened up holes like the Red Sea. Nobody in history has ever had the holes hit the hole and had to hit the holes the way that he had. Like his holes were the holes that they created when he had Larry Allen and all of them dudes at that time. Man, it was too. It was too, when I tell you it was too easy. You didn't need any ball carrier vision or nothing running with that Dallas team of that time. Yeah, he did. Um, let's see. I was a huge Earl Campbell fan. I was young, but when I go back and when I go look at show and whenever they would show like when Oilers games and shit like that would come on and they would show like highlights of Earl Campbell running the ball, and that was when power backs were at their premium. You know, it was all about power backs and shit like that. I was a Jerome Bettis fan. Bo Scarbrough dude behind him. Bo Scarbrough and dudes like Derrick Henry and players like that. AP behind that Dallas Cowboys line is the greatest running back of all time. Hands down, with what AP brought to the table, Bo Jackson as well. Yeah. Earl Campbell had a whole lot of problems, and I was a huge Warren Moon fan. Sean Alexander was cool, but he was sloppy though. Like he was built sloppy. Like I don't, yeah, y'all know what I mean. If you ever watch Sean Alexander when he used to play for the Seattle Seahawks, he was sloppy, but he was cool though. He was all right. He was cool. Roman Harper, the safety from the Saints, yeah, he was straight. I used to like Roman Harper. He was good. He was best when he was with the Saints. He was at his best when he was with the Saints though. Man, y'all remember Jonathan Vilma? Like, whatever happened to him? Like after Bounty Gate, I think he played like that 2011 and 2012 season, and after that, I haven't heard from him since. Yeah, Devin Hester was man. But yeah, Prime JJ Watt, bro. That was man. Prime JJ Watt was that dude. What do you want? No, I don't. King 88, not at all. He got injury problems. He ain't getting it done. Like he's not the same player no more. Like DeMarco Murray got like 3 good seasons in the NFL. He been playing for like 8 years. He ain't even that good. He ain't even that good, bro. Dallas knew what they were doing when they got rid of him. They got rid of him on time, like organizations are supposed to do. I think the only thing that took from him was going to a team like Philly when that was the worst move that Philly ever made was when they signed DeMarco Murray. And they immediately shipped his ass off. I like Doug Martin, but he's too injury prone. I wouldn't bring him here. I like Lamar Miller. Lamar Miller is a man. He's probably the first or second best pass blocking run blocking running back in the league. Nobody pass blocks it like him. He picks up blitzes. He does shit. He does a lot of shit when he gets in space and when he catches the ball, like he makes shit happen. Like that game he had against the Colts when 17 threw in that pass when he was on that 3rd and 7 and he should have lost all the yards. And when he shook all 5 of them dudes and got in the end zone, that game, man, bro. Clowney traded to the Braves. Clowney traded to the Browns for a first round pick. What the fuck, bro? That ain't real. That ain't real because that shit would be hitting everybody's airways. That ain't real. That I know that shit ain't real. That shit would have that I would have got that notification and I would have threw my goddamn phone. I would have threw like you just don't understand how irate I would have just got if what you just said had some clarity. Like it is no way It's no way I could even exist right now because I would have got it. I would have got the round table. We would be making a video like right now about that. Like I would stop everything that I was doing and we would spend like 2 to 3 hours talking about that because that's a 2 hour conversation easily. And it ain't a first. And for one, if we did get Jadeveon Clowney for that, and for us just to get one pick, I mean, if we get the number one pick, man, stop playing, bro. Just stop. Just stop it. Just stop. Stop playing these games. The Texans need Daryl Morey. Yeah, we need somebody. Yeah, the Rams was good as hell last season, and we let alone what they got going on this season. Like it's just a lot they got going on, man. Someone made a fake NFL post about that. Yeah. All you'd have to do just to verify that, you just have to go to Clowney's Twitter, his Instagram or something like that, and verify that. There ain't no way that's happening. I'm telling you right now, if that happened, I wouldn't even be a fan of the Houston Texans. I would support another team wholeheartedly. I would just go all in and just support Philly. I wouldn't even support them no more. I would be done with them. What'd you say? All Rams need is a middle linebacker. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Preston Brown is nice. From the Bills, he's nice. The Rams need O line help. They O line is not that bad. I mean, they probably could fill in a couple of holes, but they don't have no bad offensive line. What about for two first rounders? If you get all three of their first round picks, yeah, or I put it to you like this: the only way you trade, I'm just being a GM, just a critical GM. If you get the first, fourth, and they first, second round pick, that 33rd pick, that's the only way you trade Calendly because you get so much back in return, and you could trade back in a major way. You could get Quentin Nelson at like number four. You wouldn't even have to get him number one overall. I would trade out of that pick so fast. I would trade out of that number one pick so fast to somebody who truly needs it, and you're going to accumulate major value. That's just the way it's going to happen. I can't believe the Belichick did a trade with the Browns. I can. I can believe it because they always find one team to finesse. Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna call this video a wrap. I might do something a little later on, maybe. So I appreciate all y'all boys tuning in. For the time that I was doing this video. So y'all go ahead and I might set an event or something like that later on if y'all come through, and we're gonna have another good conversation. But until then, Third Coast, y'all out.